Have you ever heard the saying, if you wake up in a hospital and your wristband has no name, you are never supposed to leave? Aaron woke up to the steady sound of a heart monitor. Beep, 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 beep. The lights above him were blindingly white, matching the sterile white walls. The sharp, clean smell of disinfectant filled his lungs. His head throbbed as he tried to sit up. He was in a hospital bed, but he had no memory of how he got there. He lifted his hand to rub his eyes, and something plastic caught his attention. A hospital wristband was wrapped tightly around his wrist. He squinted, trying to read it, but there was no name, no age, no patient ID, just one single word printed in bold, black letters. Temporary. A cold, creeping unease settled deep in his chest. He had to get some answers. Swinging his legs off the bed, he stepped out into the corridor. The hospital floor was eerily silent. There were no nurses rushing by, no other patients, not even the distant echo of footsteps. Every room door along the hallway was wide open, and inside, every single bed was perfectly made, completely untouched. It was as if the entire hospital had been abandoned in an instant. At the far end of the hallway, a nurse stood with her back to him, facing the wall. Her posture was unnaturally stiff. "Nurse?" Aaron called out, his voice sounding small in the vast silence. She turned around slowly, her movements robotic. "Under ice. Under ice." They didn't blink. "Your name isn't on the system yet," she said, her voice eerily calm. "Please return to your bed." Aaron frowned, confused. "What do you mean, yet?" She smiled, but it was a hollow, empty expression that never reached her vacant eyes. A wave of fear washed over him. He backed away, turned, and ran, bursting into the first door he found, the records room. Rows upon rows of files lined the shelves from floor to ceiling. He noticed something strange. Each file had a hospital wristband stapled to its front cover. He frantically flipped through them, seeing names, dates, and status. Then his heart stopped. He found a wristband identical to his own. Temporary. The file beneath it was thick. His hands trembling, he opened it. Inside were photos. Avien, sleeping in the hospital bed, walking down this very corridor, even standing in this exact room, all taken from behind, as if someone had been watching his every move. The final page made his whole body shake. It read, patient type, transitional, purpose, replacement, outcome, pending. Achideboto, a handwritten note in scratchy ink, said, "Once the name appears, the process is complete." Just then, the lights in the room flickered violently. Suddenly, a sharp, stinging sensation shot through his wrist. He looked down in horror. Letters were slowly, magically printing themselves onto his blank wristband. A-R-O-N, his full name. Somewhere down the hall, a heart monitor flatlined. The nurse appeared silently behind him, her footsteps making no sound. "It's done," she said softly. "You can stay now." Aaron's body felt impossibly heavy, as if it was no longer his own. He collapsed to the floor as faceless orderlies emerged from the shadows. They lifted him onto a gurney, strapping him down without a word. Morning sunlight streamed through the hospital windows. A man walked calmly out of the main entrance, looking healthy, refreshed. It was Aaron. Back inside, a new patient lay awake in a bed, staring at the ceiling in terror. His wristband read, "Temporary." He screamed for help, his voice echoing through the empty halls. But in this hospital, temporary patients are never heard. Thanks for watching. If you like stories that mess with your mind, make sure to follow for more.